to the first 2019 episode of Spartan Sports Central. We have a great show for you today. Stafford basketball coaches Mark Spivey and David Montano and Gracie Martinez from the organization Mission for Mike. Our player profile this week is Skylar Carrier. Welcome to the show, Coach Montano.
Thank you for having me, Mike.
All right, so I know when this show airs, your game in Sealy will have been completed, but Friday you have a game at Wharton. Always a tough place to play. You guys got your first win against them in 8 years earlier this season. Tell me about going down to Wharton.
Well, you know, Wharton's always a tough place to play at. They've got a great program, winning program. So anytime you have a winning program, tradition, it's always tough. Whether they've graduated kids or not, it's always a really tough place to play at.
And how were you able to beat them here in Stafford?
Well, I just thought that we played very well. Turnovers were low or minimum. We played really good defense and rebounded the ball well.
Okay, and then you had another big victory recently, and you beat Fulshire, a team that beat you guys by 10 earlier in the year, and then I know you said they had quite a bit of a size advantage, and then you go and beat them here in Stafford. Tell me about that one.
Well, they're a really big team. Talented, young. More of a, I think after realignment they'll go back to 5A, so they got that size advantage on a lot of teams. Once again, I thought we played really well defensively. I think for us is if we play defensively very well, I think we're in the game almost 9 out of 10 times, and gives us an opportunity to win at the end. And that's what happened. It was a up and down game. It happened all the way to the end, and it went all the way down to the last 30, 45 seconds. So it was a good game.
Okay, and then of course you'll round out district play. Well, you have to win, I think, one out of 2 of these next games to get in the playoffs?
This is a tough week. We have to. This is a must-win week. We have to beat one of the 2 to have at least an opportunity to get in, and hopefully, we take care of business the following week against El Campo. We should get in, but it's you still have 4 teams vying for 3 spots.
Okay.
So it's a tough. It's going to go all the way to the end.
And you look at those 4 losses, it's really misleading to say y'all are 5-4 because you got a 1-point loss to Needville, a 3-point loss to Needville. I think the most you guys have lost by was that 10-point to Fulshire, and Sealy was maybe by
4.
Mm-hmm. So all single digits except for the opener, which was at Fulshire
right
just before Christmas. But El Campo, it's kind of a program that's rebuilding a little bit.
Yes, they're young.
Yeah.
I think he's playing with a bunch of sophomores and some juniors. So
okay,
it's a young team, and they're learning as they go. So they're still tough, and I know they played a few teams within 8 to 10 points here recently.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So they're getting better as the season goes on.
Okay. For the folks watching, we may not want to share the score of that first time you guys played El Campo because it's. We could, I guess, but it was pretty favorable. We'll just say it was very favorable in the Spartans' favor.
It was. We played really well offensively and defensively that game, and put a lot of pressure on a young team. So ended up winning with a good margin.
But then this time will be your seniors' final home game. I know some coaches do senior night like earlier. Is this going to be your senior night?
Yes, this will be our senior night where we get to talk about the seniors before the game.
How many seniors?
We have 4.
4.
So
okay.
we'll graduate 4 kids, and we'll introduce them with their parents and talk about a little bit about them and what they meant to the program, and present them with a small token of appreciation.
And can you talk about those seniors a little bit on this program?
Sure. Really quick. Khalil Scrubs. This is only his 2nd year playing high school basketball, and he's come a long ways. I wish he had played, since his freshman year, but he's come a long ways, and he does a great job on the boards. You have Arturo Jackson, who was on the team last year on the varsity team, and he does a great job as well as giving a little bit of feedback to the other athletes that don't have any experience whatsoever. So, and then you have Alex Jones, who does I think he's the Energizer Bunny. He no quit, all go, and does a great job defensively for us. And then you have Zakias Jackson, who's a first-time player for the program, and the senior. So we gave him an opportunity to come out and earn a spot, and he did. And he's a great practice player, does everything he's asked to do. A good role player. So, I can't say nothing but good things about those 4 seniors.
So let's just say you have an opportunity to see Needville in the playoffs. Is that a team you'd like to see again?
Definitely. I think we played them really well. Just had some bad situations happen. The ball's got to bounce your way at some point in time, and I thought that we played them really well, and we're leading at their place, and it's always a tough place, and we ended up losing by 1 in the last 8 seconds. So it could have gone either way, just like the first game. So I feel like we match up well with them. We just need to kind of take care of the ball a little bit better late in the game.
What about our home court advantage? Do you feel like we have a home court advantage like some of these teams we're playing?
I think we do. Our kids like our gym, and it's different than when everywhere else you go. So
just larger.
Yeah, I think the fans are completely taken out, and it's loud. So I think it's a good area for us to play at, and we enjoy. We haven't had a whole lot of home games this year, so I believe we only had like 3 non-district home games before we started district. So it's and when we do play at home, I think we played fairly well.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks a lot, Coach, and good luck on Friday against Wharton.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
All right. Well, next up is Coach Spivey and the girls basketball team. Welcome back to the show. We have Coach Spivey here for the girls basketball team.
How you doing, Mike?
Good to see you again, Coach.
Always.
So you guys are doing really well. 8 out of 9 wins in the last few games here, and you've secured 2nd place. Just talk about how you guys have been able to do that.
It's been a really good season so far. We've had some up and downs earlier. The injury bugs struck us hard in the beginning. The first 15, 16 games we were without district MVP, Shanta Thomas. And then we had a couple of other starters go down with knee injuries. And so I'm happy about the way the other girls stepped up and took their places. And we've been on a little bit of a roll just in time for the playoffs. So I'm really proud of what we're doing right now.
Okay, so you have a solid group of seniors. I think there's 8 of them total. This group's accomplished a lot in your 2 years, and even prior to that, I think they went to the playoffs.
Right. They've been a playoff team for quite a while, but last year we won 13 games, and that was the most they won since 2013. And then we bested that this year with winning 15 games, and currently in 2nd place. And so the program is on the up and up. Got a great group of kids. We look for those seniors to provide leadership because we got some great kids coming up, so they need to know what the program is all about.
Okay, and then you talked about our team making the playoffs. The next step, I guess, would be to go on and win some playoff games. How do you feel about the opportunity to do that this year?
Being in the 2nd place spot, I think we're going to do well if the kids play the way they're supposed to play the right way.
Do we know a potential first-round opponent?
Yes, we're going to have LaGrange.
Play LaGrange, okay.
They're a 3rd place team in 26-4A.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So do we know a whole lot about LaGrange at this point?
No, I just found out that they're going to be my opponent this morning, so I've got to do a little scouting and everything. They finished 3rd behind Smithfield and Powerful Navasota in that district over there.
And I remember you guys played Navasota last year.
Yeah.
So let's say hypothetically you guys run into El Campo again, who's been powerhouse, undefeated, everything, top 25 in the state. You run into them again, do you feel like you have a chance to beat them?
Yes, we'll be getting back our last starter by the end of this week. And both times that I played El Campo, I was missing 3 starters in both games.
Okay.
And they beat us the first game like about 30 points. Then we cut it down to 15 when we went down there.
Okay.
So I can imagine that we'll give them a little bit better game when everybody's back.
And you talked about the kids at the junior varsity and the freshman levels. Tell me about some of those kids and what they're doing.
We started out with a freshman team, but then we had to combine those teams together, the freshman and JV team. So because we didn't have enough kids that come out. Those kids are getting valuable experience, especially the freshmen. I got 1 freshman post, she's over 6 foot. Got a sophomore post, she's over 6 foot, but they were a little raw, so we had to put them in there and let them get some some basketball experience. Got a couple of guards. They're going to help me out immediately, and I look for them to step right in next year and assume a role that we need them to do. Overall, the JV team, I think they're currently like in second or third place, primarily playing against a bunch of girls who are 3 and 4 years or older than them, because they're primarily made up of freshmen. So, throw them in the fire and see how they come out. But I think they'll be battle tested.
Okay, so do we know where that game's going to be played, that LaGrange game?
We're looking at neutral sites. Probably somewhere in the Katy area.
Maybe Royal would be one?
We put in requests for Royal and Sealy.
Okay.
But we're just waiting for some responses.
Okay.
So hopefully somewhere that our girls are familiar with.
Okay. Great. So anything else you want to add about this season?
I think that we've done quite well. I was joking with Coach Savannah the other day when he congratulated us on making the playoffs. When I said, well, you didn't hire me to make playoff appearances. You hired me to make state appearances. And that's the mindset that I have going in. And as long as I'm here, that's what we're going to be aiming for. And the kids have seemingly bought into that. And you can tell there's a little bit more pep in their step. We got Sealy tomorrow night in Sealy. And they beat us in Sealy, and that cost us a shot at the district championship. We would have been first place. So we're going down there with a little chip on our shoulder,
Okay.
and trying to get some revenge. We beat them earlier at our place by like 20 points, so I feel good about that.
Yeah, and by the time this show airs, that game hopefully we'll have a Spartan victory, but we'll let folks know, the results of that will be posted. And we appreciate you being on the show. Thanks, Coach.
My pleasure. Thanks a lot.
And next up is a player profile, Skylar Carrier. Skylar Carrier is a standout student athlete for the Stafford High track and field team. Raquel Sims interviewed Miss Carrier for the player profile this week. Here it is.
The varsity girls track team is on the rise as they establish new footprints within their own lane. Head coach of the girls track team, Franchelle Davis, shares more.
This track season, I see the girls track team making a big, huge splash. It's going to be awesome. I have a lot of younger girls. I actually only have 2 seniors this year, and the majority of the girls are juniors and sophomores. So, I believe that this track team has the ability to win regionals and then make a splash at state. Skylar Carrier is the baby of our track team, and it's amazing to see her growth from freshman year to this year, with her just being more mature and being more open to criticism and being ready to learn and being open to just being the best person that she is. I believe that she has the ability to do amazing things, actually.
Ain't nothing to it but to do it is a motto that fits well with Miss Skylar Carrier as she takes on being an all-around athlete, making track her safe haven.
So Skylar is a short sprinter, which technically means that she's a 100 and a 200 meter runner. But Skylar is an all-around athlete, and I believe that she has the potential to run the 400, the 200, the 100. That baby can do anything that she sets her mind to.
This is my sport. Like, anything going on, I come here and get my mind off anything. Literally, like, this is my go-to. Anything I'm stressed, go run. Like, that's just me. But I love this sport. Like, this is my favorite sport. You get to make sisters and be as a family and, like, win together, and that's, like, really good because I don't have as many sisters. So, like, with me being on this team, I have all the sisters I need. Like, I know they got my back no matter what, and we compete as a team and as a family. That's the most important thing. And then my coach also is like a mother to me, so she's always there for us. She always gives us any type of advice we may need. Like, we can go to her, talk about her to anything, like talk about anything with her. It's just a place, like a safe place for me. Like, I just feel like I'm at home when I'm doing track. Like, it's just something I just love to do.
Leadership is the key within any track team, and Skylar takes on that role perfectly on and off of the track.
Skylar is an amazing leader. In the classroom, she tries to get all A's. She's been on my A&B honor roll for a very good minute. On the track, she's just amazing. She's always willing to help the younger athletes and the JV girls to help them get to the potential that she is, because she was a freshman last year and in that position where she was unaware and just kind of confused and scared about a lot of things. She takes that energy and she makes sure that those girls feel comfortable. She helps them with their blocks and she helps them with their starts or anything that they necessarily need. They know they can always go to Skylar.
I'm actually in culinary arts program we have here, and I'm in teachers, education and training. That's with like parenthood, dealing with babies, toddlers, like all types of things. And culinary is the chef program we have here. And they teach us how to be a chef, how to cook things the right way. Like, we learn basically like real life stuff. Like, if I want to go get a job at a restaurant, I would know exactly what to do because she teaches us everything we need to know, literally. Like, and it goes on my college transcript because it's a dual credit class this year. So this is my second year. So I have a double period class, and that's that one. That's first and second. That class is really good. Like, she teaches us everything we need to know about cooking. And I love Chef Ross. Like, she's just a very good chef.
Head coach foresees a bright future for Ms. Carrier within her upcoming years.
Absolutely. That is a necessity for my athletes. You know, the program that I want to start, I wanted all girls to run in the collegiate level, and Skylar will be one of the many athletes that's getting a collegiate scholarship. Now, what college that she goes to, they're going to be a lucky, lucky school.
Be on the lookout for many successful things from this Lady Spartan track star and the team. For Spartan Sports Central, I'm Raquel Sims.
Well, that was great. And then I know a lot of colleges will be interested in Miss Carrier, even possibly Syracuse. Next up is Gracie Martinez with Mission for Mike. Hello, we have a special guest on the show, Gracie Martinez, president and co-founder of Mission for Mike, which was created in honor of her dear friend, Coach Michael Mesa. She is here to talk about the district dedicating its baseball field in Coach Mesa's honor. Welcome to the show, Ms. Martinez.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, so we have a very special event on Saturday, February the 16th. I believe the actual dedication's at 5:30 p.m. But
Yeah.
Can you tell the folks a little bit about this event?
Definitely. So we're excited. It's about 13 days away, and this is historical for, I think, the city and the district to kind of have a ceremony, an event like this. So we're really excited. It's actually a full day event, family fun day. The ceremony we have starting at 5:30, and we'll have probably about an hour of, kind of just dedicating and having different people that have been an important part of the process speaking, and just an opportunity for family and friends of Michael to come out, and anybody in the district that worked with him. I think he left an impact on a lot of people, so we're expecting a lot of activity that day. And then the full day will start at 10:30 because this was originally a baseball event, a family fun day for the players and the coaches to kind of get to know the family of all the players. So that'll start at 10:30. It's like a long ball contest and barbecue kind of food out there. And then I think the ceremony will be kind of closer to the end of that, but we'll also have an alumni game at 2:45 that'll start around 3:15. So just a full day. Everyone can come out. We've got a silent auction going on as well too. So
Tell me a little bit about your organization, Mission for Mike, and how you guys started that.
yeah, we're like 2.5 years old, so we'll be 3 years old in October, but Mike passed away, Coach Mesa, in April of 2016. So we actually had our first kind of fundraiser event a month after that, and it was because we knew how hard he had been working on the baseball program and the fields. He was spending weekends out there taking care of maintenance and all that with the field. And as friends, there were 3 of us that kind of started that first fundraiser, and it just kind of became, we were fueling off of his energy with the field. And when his life got cut so short, we just kind of found out where he was and stepped right into place and started fundraising for the program. And the field, I don't know if you've been out there, but the field looks really great. The district's been doing a lot of good work and kind of getting the chemical and maintaining it, so it looks great. We're really excited. It's a good time for the field to get named in his honor.
So after Coach Mesa tragically passed away, you had Coach Kellner, and then you have currently Coach Allen. Those 2 guys, how helpful have they been in helping you guys do what it is that you do?
So we, this organization that we're a part of is really about keeping the program going and focusing on student athletes for both baseball and softball. We're really grateful for the coaches that have kind of stepped in to work on the program, because it's just not an easy thing, I think, to do with student athletes at that age. But they both, Coach Kellner was great in working with the kids, and then Coach Allen, now that we have him, I know he's done a lot of work before in the nonprofit sector, so it's just they've all done different things to keep us on track. And so Coach Allen, we're really hoping for a winning season
Last
this
year they beat Belleville for the first time in more than 10 years, so we're really happy about that. But is it hard to believe, like, this day's almost finally here, that you've been working on this for so long and trying to get these things in place, and here we finally are?
We're really excited. It's a surreal feeling. I know when we were at the board meeting and they approved it and voted and it was a unanimous vote to rename the field, it was just kind of like, we'd been going to board meetings for about 9 months, so it was just kind of, we were just, I mean, I didn't really know what was happening. I know we took pictures and kind of sealed the moment, but we're very excited. It is just an unbelievable thing that we've accomplished because we didn't really know what we were doing when we set out and started and founded the nonprofit, but you know, to date, we've accomplished a lot, you know, and this is on top of everything we do in the day-to-day, and it's great. I know Mike is very proud, and it feels good. It's always a good reminder to ask yourself, what would Mike do and how was he living his life? So we're excited. February 16th is going to be a very, very special day.
Okay. Well, we look forward to being there and you know, celebrating this occasion with Mission for Mike. So thank you for being on the show.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
Thank you. I love being here. Thank you.
All right. That is it for this edition of Spartan Sports Central. We look forward to seeing you on our March episode.
This program was produced on the Stafford campus of Houston Community College.